It is Monday, April 28th. Good morning. Welcome to THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. If this is your first time joining us on THG Network's channel, we say welcome. We always ask our first-time viewers or listeners to please subscribe to our YouTube's channel so that you do not miss any news and information on here. It's great to be back after taking a Easter sabbatical. Now it's time for the news. We have much ground to cover this morning, so let's get started. We begin today with news out of Guyana. The chief medical examiner of the U.S. state of Delaware, Dr. Gary Cullen, arrived in Guyana on Sunday to perform an autopsy on the body of 11-year-old Adrianna Younge, who was found dead in the pool of the Doubleday Hotel. Adrianna was with her grandmother, siblings, and other relatives at the Doubleday pool on Wednesday. She vanished from sight while at the pool, and her grandmother raised an alarm as she sought help from the hotel staff. The Guyana police force arrived on the scene and requested the family to go home, but the commanding officer claimed he had seen a video recording of the girl entering a car and leaving the hotel. However, that claim turned out to be false. The family kept guard at the hotel into the night and remained there with supporters until the following day, when the body of the young girl suddenly appeared in the pool. Her death led to protests by supporters and the hotel was set ablaze. The Guyana police force announced that the commander in the area who interacted with the family has been sent on administrative leave, while 3 of his ranks have been placed under close arrest. They are now being probed about their actions at the hotel after receiving a complaint about the child's disappearance. The family of the dead child is requesting an international investigation, requesting the government seek the help of the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations, the British Scotland Yard Police, or the Canadian Police. They have expressed no trust in the Guyana police force. News out of Antigua and Barbuda. Prime Minister Gaston Browne has underscored the urgent need for greater female representation in Antigua and Barbuda's political leadership, describing the current situation as unfortunate, calling for a deliberate effort to nurture young women for national roles. Speaking on his weekly radio program, The Brown and Brown Show, the Prime Minister pointed to the country's low number of female parliamentarians and expressed hope that initiatives such as the Labour Queen Show could help bridge the gap. Brown said that while the pageant is often seen as a celebration of beauty, it must also be recognized as a platform for holistic development, including leadership training and professional empowerment. We need more female candidates, the Prime Minister said. It is unfortunate that we only have a single female parliamentarian at this time. However, I see among these young women a combination of talent and education that could see many of them rise to the top leadership of the country. The Prime Minister announced plans to formalize an alumni group made up of current and past Labour Queen contestants, creating opportunities for them to serve on boards, seek scholarships, and ultimately prepare for roles in governance. The Prime Minister noted that leadership development must start early and pledged his government support to assist the young women in building their personal and professional capacities. According to the Prime Minister, we are not just promoting beauty, we are promoting empowerment, investment in youth, and the preparation of a new generation of national leaders. Deputy leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, the NRP, and caretaker for Nevis 2 St. John's Parish, Dr. Patricia Bartlette, has expressed deep disappointment over the current state of agriculture on the island, criticizing what she describes as poor productivity and a lack of meaningful output reaching the local market. Dr. Bartlett, a longtime advocate for sustainable agriculture and food security, according to the press statement, stated that the sector is not where it should be and laid blame squarely at the feet of the Nevis Island administration. She asserted that the government has failed the people of Nevis and should step aside to allow for fresh, competent leadership that prioritizes agricultural development. Speaking on Your Voice with the NRP, Dr. Bartlett didn't mince words in her criticism of the government's track record in agriculture. According to Dr. Bartlett, our government is just paying lip service. We have not served our people well at the Ministry of Agriculture, and I don't think we have fulfilled our mandate, and it is time for change. Before the Brantley-led CCM, Mr. Vance Amory, the late Vance Amory, was doing a little thing, and when he left, we were up 2% in terms of the portion of the budget dedicated to agricultural development. After that, we saw a drop-off of 50% by the time Mark Brantley came into office. So it showed you where this group that came in had no regard for agriculture. Dr. Bartlett pointed to a troubling pattern in the allocation of budgetary resources for agricultural development, highlighting a steady decline under the current administration. She noted that at one point, agriculture received 1.4% of the national budget, but by 2018, that figure had dropped to 0.7% and continued falling to 0.5% by 2019, while the COVID-19 pandemic prompted a temporary injection of funds, raising the allocation back to 1.4% and then to 2% in 2021. She explained that the support was short-lived. As COVID started to ease in 2022, it dropped again to 1.5% and then to 1% in 2023. You can see where this government is going. They are not taking food security seriously, she said. The CCM-led administration came under heavy criticism for failing to match its public rhetoric on agriculture with meaningful financial backing. The point was made that true commitment requires consistent investment, not empty promises. Promoting agriculture while repeatedly underfunding the sector at the budgetary level was described as a clear contradiction and a sign that food security is not being taken seriously by the current administration. And just to note here, a press statement regarding the Nevis Island administration. They will convene on April 29th, that's tomorrow. The Nevis Online Gaming Bill 2025 is scheduled for debate. The Honorable Minister of Finance, Premier Mark Brantley, who introduced the Nevis Online Gaming Bill on March 6th, will move the second and third readings of the bill. According to the order paper circulated by the Clerk of the Assembly, the sitting will also see statements by ministers, personal explanations, and businesses. News again from St. Kitts, St. Kitts and Nevis this time. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is highlighting the critical role of the Budget Boost Wallet, that's the BBW program, in mitigating the impact of rising inflation on citizens, while addressing recent reports of misuse. Since its inception in January 2025, the BBW initiative has delivered vital financial support to approximately 23,000 households monthly, injecting an average of 5.6 million EC dollars per month into the economy to ensure access to essentials such as groceries and utilities. This is according to a press statement from the St. Kitts and Nevis government service. This effort reflects the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party administration's strong commitment to safeguarding vulnerable populations during a period of global economic uncertainty. The BBW program has become a cornerstone of national resilience, reaching a significant portion of the adult population. This scale of assistance highlights its importance as a lifeline for families navigating the inflation pressures, which have strained household budgets across the nation and been felt throughout the Caribbean region. Recent allegations of businesses permitting the purchase of prohibited items, including alcohol, through the BBW platform have prompted immediate attention. The government re-emphasizes that the BBW funds are strictly reserved for essential goods and services, and any deviation from these guidelines undermines the program's integrity. Enhanced monitoring mechanisms have been implemented to ensure compliance. Businesses found in breach of the terms will face suspension from the program and potential legal repercussions, while consumers misusing funds risk disqualification. The BBW aligns with a broader effort to stabilize the economy and to promote social equity. The initiative not only alleviates immediate financial strain, but also stimulates economic activity, supporting small businesses and community-driven growth. This dual focus on relief and development underscores the government's strategy to build long-term resilience against inflation and external economic shocks. We continue with the news today, and voters of Trinidad and Tobago, they head to the polls today to elect a new government in what has been described as one of the most closely watched elections in recent years. Polling stations across the country opened at 6 o'clock this morning, with citizens determined to have their voices heard in shaping the nation's next chapter. This election marks a significant transition for the People's National Movement, now led by Stuart Young, who assumed leadership following the retirement of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley earlier this year. Young, a longtime cabinet minister, is seeking to secure a fresh mandate from the electorate under his leadership. The Opposition United National Congress, under the leadership of Kamala Persad-Desasa, is mounting a vigorous challenge, calling for change and promising a revitalized Trinidad and Tobago. Key issues at the forefront of voters' minds include economic growth, crime reduction, healthcare reform, and the cost of living pressures. Both major parties have outlined competing visions for the future, and the electorate appears energized, with early reports indicating steady turnout at polling stations nationwide. And with that, we've just concluded THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. I trust that you have yourselves a wonderful and a blessed day. Do join us again on Wednesday morning, God's willing, for a similar presentation of THG News Today. Thank you.
Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.